My name is Brad Medlin from Dayton, Ohio. We have a daughter, Julia Medlin, who's now 6. She was diagnosed at 9 days old with alpha-1 antitrypsin. Julia was very jaundiced at birth. At that time, the doctors let us take her home from the hospital at a normal time, and she had to be on a belly blanket. Uh, After a couple days, we had to return to the hospital because her bilirubin wasn't going down. She was still jaundiced, and we had a family doctor that was a good friend of ours, not just our family doctor, but she was a good friend. And she did a battery of tests that were above and beyond the normal tests that would be done. And through that, we discovered that Julia had alpha-1 antitrypsin. At 9 days old, we had to sit down with a doctor, and he dealt us the devastating blow. He walked into the room and said, "Well, your daughter has a genetic disorder called alpha-1 antitrypsin." My wife and I looked at each other. We said, "Okay, what medicine does she need to take, and for how long?" And at that point, that's when our lives changed forever, and we became part of the alpha-1 community. He explained to us that there was no cure for what our daughter had, and that she was facing a liver transplant by the time she was 5. Needless to say, that's a very devastating blow. At 9 days old, holding a newborn in her hand and feeling as helpless as we felt. At that time, we immersed ourselves into the Alpha-1 community. We tried to get our hands on everything that we could. At that time, we went to the national convention, and we were the only parents there that had a child with Alpha-1. So it's been a very interesting journey. We've had to do a lot of research on our own. We were fortunate to have a doctor at Dayton Children's Hospital in Ohio, Dr. Padome, who was aware of Alpha-1 and was familiar with it, but it still has been a learning lesson for us as well as the doctors along the way. And we found that the Alpha-1 network has been a wonderful source of information to us. And through that, we also discovered that our other 2 daughters are also carriers, just like my wife and I. That's our story, and our daughter is now 6 and doing wonderful. She did not have to have a liver transplant after all, and that's our story.